It's January 15th, 1978. A university police officer steps into the Chi Omega sorority house in Tallahassee, Florida. The front door is unlocked. The lights are on. Everything looks normal, but something feels wrong. He walks down the hallway. The first bedroom door is ajar. He pushes it open. What he sees will haunt him for the rest of his life. A young woman lies motionless in her bed. The sheets are soaked in blood. Her face is barely recognizable. He runs to the next room. Another victim, and then another. In less than 15 minutes, someone had turned a place of safety into a slaughterhouse. The killer had already vanished into the night, but this wasn't his first time. And the bodies he'd left behind? They were just a fraction of the truth. To understand this night, you have to go back. Back to the summer of 1974, Seattle, Washington. Young women are disappearing. Linda Ann Healy, a 21-year-old psychology student, vanishes from her basement apartment. Her bed is neatly made. Blood stains the pillow. Then Donna Gail Manson, 19, gone without a trace. Susan Rancourt, Roberta Parks, Brenda Ball, all in their late teens or early 20s, all attractive with long dark hair parted down the middle, all gone. Families plaster missing posters across telephone poles. Police compare notes. But there's no pattern they can see, no witnesses, no leads, just girls who walked out of their lives and never came back. Then, in July 1974, something changes. Lake Sammamish State Park, a beautiful summer day. Thousands of people are picnicking, swimming, enjoying the sun. Two women approach different groups of friends and say the same thing. A nice guy with his arm in the sling asks me to help him load a sailboat onto his car. His name, he said, was Ted. Both women went with him. Neither was ever seen alive again. Witnesses remember him, clean-cut, handsome, charming, driving a tan Volkswagen Beetle, and his name was Ted. But Ted is a common name, and charm isn't a crime. The case goes cold, until the bodies start appearing. September 1974. A grouse hunter stumbles across human remains on a hillside near Issaquah, Washington. Then more bones, and more. The remains of Janice Ott and Denise Nusland, the two women from Lake Sammamish, are found together. But they're not alone. Scattered among the leaves and dirt are the bones of other missing women. He'd been bringing them here, to this forest, his dumping ground. And then, just as suddenly as the disappearances began, they stop. Because Ted has moved. Salt Lake City, Utah, and the nightmare begins again. October 1974, Nancy Wilcox, 16, disappears. Then Melissa Smith, 17. Laura Amy, 17. Deborah Kent, 17. The pattern is clear now. Young, brunette, pretty, gone. But in November 1974, someone finally escapes. Carol DaRonch is approached by a man in a shopping mall. He's wearing a fake police uniform, says her car's been broken into, asks her to come with him. She gets in his Volkswagen Beetle. He drives to a deserted road, pulls over, tries to handcuff her. She fights, she screams, she escapes, and she remembers his face. Then, in August 1975, a highway patrolman in Utah notices a Volkswagen Beetle driving erratically at 2:30 a.m. He pulls it over. The driver is calm, polite, well-spoken. But inside the car, the officer finds handcuffs, an ice pick, a crowbar, rope, a ski mask. The driver's name? Theodore Robert Bundy. Carol DaRonch picks him out of a lineup. He's arrested, convicted of kidnapping. But the police don't know the half of it yet. While Bundy sits in a Colorado jail awaiting trial for the murder of Karen Campbell, detectives begin connecting the dots. The tan Volkswagen, the name Ted, the Lake Sammamish witnesses, it all points to him. But Bundy is smart. He studies law, represents himself in court, plays the system. And in June 1977, during a court hearing, he does the unthinkable. He jumps out of a second-story courthouse window and escapes. He's caught 6 days later, sent back to jail. But on December 30th, 1978, he escapes again. This time, he doesn't get caught. He flees to Tallahassee, Florida, and on January 15, 1978, he walks into the Chi Omega sorority house. Margaret Bowman, 21, is bludgeoned to death in her sleep. Lisa Levy, 20, suffers the same fate. 2 others are brutally attacked but survive. 15 minutes of pure evil, and then he's gone. 3 weeks later, a police officer in Pensacola, Florida, runs a license plate on a stolen Volkswagen Beetle. The driver is pulled over. He gives a fake name, but something's off. The officer checks. The car is stolen. The driver resists. A struggle breaks out. The man is arrested, and when they fingerprint him, the truth comes out. It's Ted Bundy. He'd been hiding in plain sight, living under a fake name, eating at diners, jogging through neighborhoods. And on February 9th, just days before his arrest, he'd committed one final murder. Kimberly Leach, 12 years old, taken from her school in blatant daylight. Her body found weeks later in an abandoned pig shed. Bundy's trial is a media circus. He defends himself, smiles for the cameras, proposes to his girlfriend in open court, but the evidence is overwhelming. Bite marks on Lisa Levy's body match his dental impressions perfectly. Eyewitnesses place him at the sorority house. On July 24, 1979, he's convicted of the Chi Omega murders. The judge sentences him to death. "Take care of yourself, young man. You're a bright young man. You'd have made a good lawyer, but you went the wrong way, partner." Bundy smiles. For years, he refuses to confess, but as his execution date approaches, he finally starts talking. He admits to 30 murders. Investigators believe the real number is much higher. Some say over 100. We'll never know. On January 24, 1989, Theodore Robert Bundy is executed in Florida's electric chair. Outside the prison, crowds gather. Some hold signs that read, "Burn, Bundy, burn." Others set off fireworks. The families of his victims don't celebrate. They just feel empty, because no amount of justice can bring back the daughters, sisters, and friends they lost. Ted Bundy was charming, intelligent, educated, and he used every bit of that to destroy lives. He didn't look like a monster, and that's what made him so dangerous. So here's my question for you. Do you think Bundy's execution brought real justice, or should he have been kept alive to help solve the cases of the women still missing? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more stories like this, you know what to do.